Game Connect.
Hello and welcome to Retro Game Connect. I'm Dan Mastriani.
I'm Ian Butterfield.
And today is part 2 of our SNK 1-2 Punch.
Punch in your face.
Yes, so we're playing again another fighting franchise from SNK.
No, really?
Yes, that is
Wow.
in fact closely related to Fatal Fury.
I thought we were going to play The Force Unleashed for the SNK 1-2 Punch.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right?
I surprised you. You thought I was going to
Completely.
zag?
Woo.
I zigged. You know,
Wow.
yeah.
Right out of the blue.
Yeah, right. Well, the game we're playing is The Art of Fighting Anthology on PS2. So how is Art of Fighting connected to Fatal Fury? It's actually a prequel.
Oh, God. Does it have Jar Jar Binks?
No Jar Jar.
Okay. Okay.
But, you know, I mentioned a little
We
bit.
managed to go through the entire first episode without Star references.
Yeah, you blew it.
I had to catch up.
You had to catch up.
I gotta throw a bunch in.
Okay.
I'm awake.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mentioned the plot of the original Fatal Fury is that...
Fatal Fuhrer?
Fatal
What?
Fury. Fatal
What?
Fury. That's right.
Is that the German version? Fatal Fuhrer?
9. You sure you're awake?
Reincarnated Hitler goes to the Holocaust Museum to fight people.
Oh, no. No. Oh, that's awful. What were you thinking with that?
Hey,
No.
you're the one that said Fatal Fuhrer.
No, I was saying Fatal Fury.
And then Fuhrer came out of your mouth.
No. Hitler Coming Back is a different game.
Isn't that Wolfenstein?
No, that's set during World War II.
Isn't he
Yeah.
like cyber at one point?
He does, yes, at the end you fight Cyborg Hitler, yes.
Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, Art of Fighting.
Yeah, this, so the plot of Fatal Fury is, Terry and Andy's father, Jeff Bogard, is killed by Geese Howard, and they spend 10 years training so they can get revenge.
Now, their father's not actually Geese Howard, who betrayed and murdered their father.
No.
Okay. Actually was their father who turned
He actually,
evil.
well, adoptive father. Some people have speculated that Geese is actually Andy's father because they look very similar.
Interesting.
Yes. But it turns out that the story of Art of Fighting involves the father of the main character who he thinks is dead. Turns out at the end, and the plot is that he'd been blackmailed by a crime syndicate, which turns out to be headed by Geese Howard, into working for them. And at the beginning of the game, they kidnapped the main character's sister because he refuses to kill Jeff Howard for Geese. Or Jeff Bogard for Geese. There we go.
Is Geese Howard's gang called the Gaggle?
No, he has a ridiculous name, but he's actually really awesome.
They had an opportunity there.
Yeah.
They didn't go with it.
No. Well, I don't know if they even knew that.
Geese and the Gaggle.
Do you think someone who spoke English well enough to know that a group of geese is called a gaggle would be naming a character Geese Howard?
Hey, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but this is so their storyline connected. This game takes place in the series takes place late 70s, early 80s, whereas the Fatal Fury goes from the late 80s to the 90s.
Okay.
So it's interesting that they're connected in that way.
And Fatal Fuhrer is in the late 30s, early 40s.
Yes. Oh Lord.
I'm not letting this one down. Not letting it go.
Anyhow, this also developed by people who formerly worked on Street Fighter. The director of this game is one of the other designers, not Nishiyama, but I actually lost his name. But this is actually one of SNK's first 100 Megashot games. I don't know if you noticed when the Fatal Fury games started up, they have this little Neo Geo startup screen. Because these games were all on SNK's modular Neo Geo hardware, where arcade operators could just buy a Neo Geo cabinet and swap out the games easily because they just came on cartridges like home games.
Interesting.
It says like max 330 mega per gear spec. And if you translate the English into English, Basically, what they're saying is that the Neo Geo by default can address cartridges with up to 330 megabits.
Ah, that's so
Which is-
much space.
Compared to cartridges you would have on home consoles, which generally maxed out at around to start with, you may be talking about like 8 megabits would be big, and by the end of Super Nintendo Genesis, you're maybe looking at 24 megabits.
So much space. Giant space.
So comparatively, Neo Geo cartridges were huge, in physical size actually too, because they're really big.
Yeah. I still think it's crazy how just like every year we manage to make computers smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
So to the point where like, one of these, how much data was on one of these discs?
Again, these are the disc. This is a DVD, so I think DVD is like
It's like a gig.
gigs. Not, it's more than 1 gig. It's I think up to 4 if I'm remembering.
And then
correctly.
Blu-rays are like ridiculous, aren't they?
Like 50 gigs. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
And then I literally have a 3 terabyte hard drive that's like this big.
Yeah.
That would have been the size of the Empire State Building back in like the 50s. Honestly.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure if you could even create a computer that could address that much memory at
We
that
have
time.
to go back in time and figure this out.
Yeah. Now, we'll ask Doc Brown since he managed to make a substitute for the microchip in the DeLorean in the 50s.
Yes.
But this was their first 100 megashot game, which basically were games that were over 100 megabits. They called it the 100 megashock.
Like Power Blast processing.
Yeah, marketing term. Yeah. And of course, later on, they would find ways to create even larger cartridges using pretty much kind of similar techniques to what they used back in the NES days, like bank switching, which is basically lying to the console and telling it is talking to the same memory address, but switching out the data.
Weird.
But yeah, they would eventually come out with like GigaShock games, which were, I don't think they ever actually had like a gigabit of cartridge, but they got up there. But this is one of the first ones. I didn't find too much, but I did have talking about all the voice actors were like professional or semi-professional.
They weren't just all No One North.
Yeah, they weren't just like people in the development office. Apparently, at least in the first game, when the character's King and the main character's sister, who has been kidnapped, is Yuri. They are played by the same actress.
Interesting.
Yes. Interesting. So the character I mentioned, King, looks kind of androgynous, just because she is actually a woman dressed as a man. And apparently the initial model for the character was Grace Jones.
Oh.
Yeah. The Art of Fighting 2 development took a little over a year. Art of Fighting 1 was more about the story. They focused on fighting the computer. For the second game, they focused more on versus battles. It's a more traditional fighting game. We'll see that when we play a little. I'll get into that a little more when we have an example in front of us.
We got the game right here.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to play it.
The third game is interesting because they advertised it as using motion capture. I think maybe they meant rotoscoping, but basically they had actual martial artists performing the moves, and they used that as the basis for the sprites in the game.
Nice.
It has actually a really unique look. Yeah. But
I'm surprised that all the times we talk about sprites, I've never craved a sprite while we're sitting here.
Well, personally, I prefer 7-Up, but yeah. I'm very particular about my lemon lime soda. Other than that, I wasn't able to find too much. I did dig up a little bit on the company that did these compilations for SNK. It was a company called G1M2 in the U.S. It was founded by a man named Scott Hawkins. They also did the Data East Arcade Classics on Wii. Apparently, they actually created the emulator that was used to play Dreamcast games on GameTap.
The Sega Dreamcast.
For people who don't remember, GameTap was
I had GameTap.
you had GameTap.
I did.
That was an online service I think it was by Time Warner.
I tried it out a little bit. It didn't work that well on my computer.
I messed with it a little. I played some of the free games. I never had a subscription.
Yeah, neither did I. I would play Metal Slug on it.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a bunch of Neo Geo games.
That was the game that would work well enough.
I think I actually, on GameTap, I played one of the Legacy of Kain games.
Dang.
Yeah. What was it, Blood Omen? It was one of the ones where you play as Kain.
Apparently GameFly can stream to your TV.
Yeah,
My
I
TV
haven't.
can do that. That's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
I haven't really messed with it.
I don't have it, but
I'm not a huge fan of like the streaming services where the game is being processed remotely.
I mean, I had it for a while, but my problem is it takes so long to beat a game that I might as well. I literally had the same game for 3 months. I was like, I could have just bought it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You know.
But GameTap was different in that you would download the games. One thing I do remember playing with it. They had an exclusive launch of what was it? That fairy
godparents.
No, it was some kind of like Twisted Fairy Tale type game from I think like the same guy that created the Alice games, like Alice Madness Returns and all those. I remember the studio is named Spicy Horse, but I can't remember who's in charge of the studio. It's somebody that.
See, the only video game that comes to mind when you say Grim is Grim Fandango. So
Yeah, it's somebody that like used to work. I think he used to work at ID or id, however you're supposed to say that.
Spicy Horse.
I've looked it up several times, but I can never remember.
That's a fantastic name for a studio. Spicy Horse.
Spicy Horse. Yeah, the game wasn't that great though. But anyhow,
there's a video game right there. Spicy Horse. So it's a horse that it goes around the world cooking for people, and it always makes spicy food.
There you go. Yeah, but I tried looking at their web page. I was found like an arcade version. It didn't really say much.
Ponytown Rapidash should be spicy horses.
There you go.
Okay.
Other than that, I was able to find out that Hawkins had previously co-founded a company called Codefire, which had also done some like
Stuff.
emulation. Yeah, they ported. They made the GBA Sega Smash Back, which was like 3 Sega Genesis games ported to Game Boy Advance.
Interesting.
I know like Golden Axe was in there. I think maybe Sonic Spinball was one of the other ones, which is kind of an odd choice. But
Crazy. I love how you could take 3 games that were in cartridges this big and then put them on a cartridge that's that big.
Yeah, but that's
just making that data in smaller physical spaces with bigger output. It's pretty crazy.
That's about it. That's what I found out for Art of Fighting. So
Let's punch stuff.
yeah, there you go. All right, so we have the Art of Fighting Anthology. Unlike with Fatal Fury, there were only 3 Art of Fighting games, so we're going to check them all out. We got, first one, the second one, which are fairly similar, and the third one, which is kind of out there. Very different from the other ones.
There, I should hold it down.
Okay. As people are wondering, we are waiting down the manual, so it won't close on us while we're trying to get moves.
So I pulled my harmonica out of my pocket.
Oh yeah, this is the final boss of the first game, Mr. Karate. I'm mentioning that now because we're probably not going to see him.
He's Pinocchio?
Yeah. That's a Tengu mask. In Japan, there's a legendary supernatural being called a Tengu, and they're known for having long noses and being martial arts masters.
Ah.
So here's your main character, Rose Sakazaki. His friend Robert and his sister Yuri is in the middle. So what they pushed for this game was the graphics. I mean, they tried to do some different things gameplay-wise, but as you can see, the sprites are gigantic. Yeah, so this one is very focused on story modes, so I think we will do one player.
Okay.
You want me to? I'll go ahead and play one player mode.
Let's face it, you're probably going to actually win.
I might actually win.
Yo,
we'll
I've
see.
actually kind of done that before.
Oh, nice,
I don't know
nice.
what he was breaking. It looked like ice.
Ice, it was ice. Yeah, I've done. We will just so we can see more of it. We'll turn on difficulty. Oh, it actually has a versus mode this time. Whatever. We're gonna do story mode.
Story time.
So in the story mode, you've got two choices. I guess I'll go ahead and go with
Long black
guy.
hair or blonde mullet.
Yep. So
Where are the other drugs going?
yeah, we saw this guy briefly in wow.
Well, that's interesting. The scaling.
Yes, it does zoom in and out. I gotta figure out what the buttons are here. All right, we got punch,
square.
kick, throw, and taunt. Thought so. So you notice my
Hadouken!
meter went down when I threw that attack.
Yes.
So this game, your special moves are governed by a meter.
Your key meter.
Yeah, by a key meter.
Can you go Super Saiyan?
No,
Super Saiyan.
I can't.
Super Saiyan.
Can't.
Come on, I can go Super Saiyan in my Skyrim game.
Yeah. And basically, the more you use your moves, the further down your meter goes. So you have to, charge up your meter occasionally. And this game actually has taunts, and they're important because they will reduce your opponent's meter. See, as you see, he's now lost the meter, and his not only does he have less for using his moves.
You rustled his jimmies.
I did. But it'll also weaken his special moves. One other thing you might notice
For me to
is
hit start.
you may notice that my face is looking a little beat up. Your characters, their faces will actually get bruised up as the fight continues.
Nice.
Yeah,
Why is it waiting for me to press start?
because it assumes that there's always quarter in there, so that you can join in.
Yeah, but what would I do?
You would challenge me.
So it wouldn't
We're not going to do that right now. We're going to save two-player for the second game, but
max bar? We're going to Patty's Pub?
yeah, there we go.
Dun, 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 doodaloo, doodaloo, doodaloo.
So there is an interesting fact about this game is it invented the super move. Here's a little fun fact. I can bounce off the wall here.
Really?
Yeah. So this game invented the super move. You got a especially powerful move. In the one-player mode, you can't use it until you unlock it with one of the one of the
No.
mini games.
Uh-huh.
But there's also what's called a desperation move. So if I've got if my health is low, but I've got full spirit move, spirit meter,
Spirit Bomb!
yes, I can do a special attack. It's like the meter fills slowly by itself too, but that's generally not.
Use the Kamehameha.
Yeah, I gotta see if I can get my desperation move out here. Oh dear. Oh no, I was dizzy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, really? Threw me twice.
Oh, you got dead. He gave you an ocular pat down, and then he gave you a physical beat down.
Yes, sure.
You don't watch Sunny.
No.
do you? You don't get that reference then.
So yeah, the special moves are not super responsive in this game. Trying to taunt me. No, I need meter. Stop that. That hit high? No, that was lame.
Don't you hate it when you need meter?
Oh, awkward.
You got dead.
Yeah, but we did have another interesting detail. As you can see, instead of like getting knocked flying, I just kind of just keeled over.
You just go, no.
You do at least want to get to king.
We can't play as king versus.
You can, but there's something I would like to show off about. Well, something I feel we should show off about king. Let me say. Oh, he keeps dizzying me. I want to use my my super move too, but my meter's too low.
Maybe you should just beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to try and show it off.
Oh, no, get him.
Something that was always super annoying about the computers, it seems to have no trouble getting those taunts off when I'm nowhere near it.
It's almost like it doesn't actually have to press the buttons.
Yeah, almost. What?
No. Should I go get my phone with the app for when you lose?
No, but I am gonna switch to the other characters and we'll show him off a little. Even though he's
Come on, it'd
pretty
be funny.
much the same.
Oh, you kicked him. You punched him.
Yeah. See?
Oh, he threw you to the ground. What is this, a Lonely Island song?
Can't even. This is really annoying in that I can't get my uppercut off to counter him when he comes in, you know?
And then you threw it on the ground. Oh, you started to go Super Saiyan and then you didn't.
Yeah. Need.
Oh.
I need more meter.
You need to construct more pylons.
Yes. If I could get more meter, I could use my special moves on him.
Have you tried just button mashing?
No, it's not a good idea.
Oh.
Nope. Can't get it off. I don't have enough meter.
Oh no,
oh, no, I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
No, no,
It's okay.
Oh.
Awkward. Wow. This is not going well. Yeah, as an old SNK fighting games, actually kind of hard.
Kind of picked that one up.
Yeah. Part of this is that I don't have any power-ups. You can actually power up your character with the mini games, and I
Dang.
haven't had a chance to do any of those yet. So I'm still at the default power level.
Ooh. Gotta get off another fireball. Kamehameha!
Guess I need more meter.
Oh no!
I was trying to do my super move, but it wasn't happening. Was it just the controls being stiff, or did I need more meter?
I don't know, man.
It's real awkward.
But giant Danny DeVito here is really taking you to town.
He is, he's a large fellow. And also, his moves all seem to have better priority than mine.
That's because all he knows is extreme speed.
Yeah.
It was actually based on Sonic. Because he's got to go fast.
Oh, okay, now I finally got that off. When he's nowhere near me. Yeah, that's nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Hey, you lost.
Yeah, thank you. Alright, well,
Oh! I'll discount Goku over here to really take this guy.
yeah. Oh, that was a little
And
awkward,
the
but-
score is almost even. And now it's even. Oh, can you get off one more move?
But see now,
Oh, no.
as you see, my meter is empty, so I can't.
Oh, under the belt for the win.
Couldn't use any special moves.
Yeah.
And this guy like moves in really fast, so I have like no time to charge.
Should have just gone Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Trying. Wow. Getting rocked here. No.
Use marked for death.
Yeah, thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
It's a fantastic dragon shout. It lowers their armor rating permanently.
Yeah, oh, that's good. You try taunting him. Yeah.
Yeah, how you like that?
Let's see how you like not having any meter.
Smash down.
It's really annoying. Not being able to do anything. I can't believe that hits high. It does not look like it should.
What, his axe kick?
Yeah, that big axe kick. It looks like I could block it low, but apparently I can't.
Axe kick, you bring it way over him and stomp it down.
Yeah, but it's just like a running kick. It's not an axe kick. You know?
No, he's bringing his leg up in an arc.
When I want it, but
Fireball, fireball, fireball! No, don't get punched. Don't get kicked.
I was holding block. Not really working too well. All right, well, I'm gonna have to give up because we have 2 more games to play. Apparently, I'm gonna have to start the match though before I can quit out. Yeah, it doesn't help that the okay, this one has a title select too, so yeah, the menu's a little better. But I was trying to do that attack and I couldn't even get it out. See, I was 25 or less. My energy was at max. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just close to it. So this is when we're going to play 2-player.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to see more of the story mode because, you know, that's kind of the whole point of the first one, but...
Well, the story mode took you to Tau.
It was not good. It was not good for me. I don't even want to try playing this one. Okay, so end of the game. You fight Mr. Karate.
Don't do it, brother.
Stop, Ryan. The guy with the big nose is...
After you beat him, it's like, yes. It was actually their father.
Your father.
So there you go. It's explaining everything to us.
No. I am your father.
Yeah, kind of. Except, you know, this time he can actually just be good again. Pretty much. But this game has a hidden boss. If you're good enough, and I think you have to win without losing a round. And good luck with that because
It's an SNK fighting game.
Yeah. The difficulty in this game is insane.
Hey, King.
Yeah, you can go ahead and play her.
Okay.
But in the first game, the reason why I wanted to show it off, I go and play. Actually,
Come on.
the reason I wanted to get to her is in the first game, you know, she making more of an effort to look like a man, and you actually don't know that she's a woman unless you defeat her with a special move, at which point her shirt will be busted open.
And it's like, oh my god, boobs.
Exactly. Pretty much. Which I admit isn't the most progressive thing that's ever happened in an SNK game, but
Oh, you have no meter.
it was, you know,
Punch.
kind of a big deal, so I wanted to show it off. But see, my character should have an uppercut, which I just cannot get off right now.
That was a pretty epic finishing move right there. Both up in the air, and I just like, BAM!
So this one is a little interesting too, in that tapping the button is a weak attack and holding it is a hard attack.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh. Ow. Ow.
But yeah, he should have like a I didn't even get to talk to it. He should have a Street Fighter style uppercut, which I don't know if you noticed. I did it in the when we were playing Fatal Fury,
Did.
but I can't.
You have no meter.
I don't. Very annoying.
I figured out how to taunt.
Yeah, me too. But I just. Can't
It doesn't
get enough-
matter for me because I'm not going to use his specials.
Yeah,
So I don't know how to do it.
I can't get enough space.
The final frontier.
Yes, these are the voices. Well, they're actually right there.
Round de finale.
Yep. Controls are kind of stiff in this game, so I'm having trouble actually getting moves off. Oh, nice. I think you
I apparently
did
recovered.
a safe ball. Yes, I think that's another thing that was new
Whoa!
in this game. That was a special move. I don't think you mashing made any difference.
You have no special meter.
I know. It's annoying. And you don't even care. You just keep coming in. Hold on, though. Hold on.
Fusroda!
Stop that. Hold on. I need to beat you with a special move. Because the thing will happen.
Kamehameha. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's how you find out the king is a woman. And she actually even gets a different. She even gets a different. There we go. Gets a different. What's the word I'm looking for? Loss thing. If you beat her. If you beat her with the special move and reveal that she's a woman. And from that point on, she stopped, pretending to be a woman, and later on she became like a bit more.
Okay, apparently we're playing Yuri v. Yuri.
Yep. Became a bit more progressive character as she kind of, owned it, and she's basically like the serious character on the women's team in King of Fighters. Where you got like Yuri and Mai who are always goofing off. She's like, seriously guys, what are you doing? We've got a fighting tournament to win. Yeah, she's got the slaps. Yeah, like all the characters from the family who use a martial art called Kyokyugenryu, which is basically like extreme martial arts.
I apparently used the fireball.
You did, good work.
Oh, man. I love that.
They have like a rapid attack.
I like that we're keeping the tradition of having the flying booty smack.
Oh yeah. But she's got the slaps. Her brother and her father have like a rapid punching attack, and since Robert is more kick based, he does a rapid kick attack. I'm really troubled by the fact that I just cannot for the life of me get a uppercut out here. Kind of important. But yeah, this game is just ridiculously hard in single player. I don't even. The first time I played it, I had to use like emulator save states to get anywhere. I don't know who. You've got to be like just incredibly good to.
You don't have any energy.
No, I do not. Oh, nice safe ball. I know. I want to use fireballs. They're kind of important to my game plan.
Except I basically just taunt you out of
Yeah.
them. I mean, you still win. But
I did, but it's close because I had to get in.
Because I don't know how to actually play.
I like this. It's like I like your outfit. Yeah, so a bunch of these guys just kind of
Purple vest.
are not seen outside of this game. Like AJ was in like 2 King of Fighters games, and then he just disappeared.
It's like an amalgam of Terminators.
Yeah, he is kind of. That is a thing to notice.
And Duke Nukem.
Yeah, but no. You see, he's not in the Air Force. He's in the Navy. So he's clearly completely different than Guile.
Ooh.
Guile from Street Fighter. Yeah.
Hey, you lost
Well, we didn't fight him in the first game, but basically he's suspiciously similar to Guile from Street Fighter. Wow, that wasn't very useful, but I did it.
I'd like to note the men in black in the background.
Oh yeah, I see that. I think those are actually
Aliens?
Geese's guys. Geese has a couple of henchmen named Ripper and Hopper.
Are they like Mr. Wash and Mr. Kid? Mr. Wood and Mr. Kid.
I'm not familiar with that reference, so I can't say.
You never watched Diamonds Are Forever?
Not recently.
It's the two weird, like, gay couple from it that were henchmen.
Oh.
Yeah, I still keep taunting you out of fireballs.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying. But actually, yeah, we should take a look at this guy because he was the boss from the first game. Oh, you're already using him. I'll pick somebody else. Shirley.
Lee versus B. Round one.
So yeah, your character was supposedly the boss from the first game. Oh, that's kind of bad for you. But yeah, after you fight him, you find yourself up against the mysterious Mr. Karate, who turns out to be your dad or your teacher if you're. Oh yeah, this is another thing. Art of fighting apparently invented. Air throws. What is this move? I don't know why I bothered to taunt you.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't have a good, I don't know what a good anti-air attack for him is. I hope it's not a special move, because you seem to get out of lots of taunts. Can you, yeah, you can dash in this game. I like that I can knock off your sunglasses. That is a detail that is not in a lot of
I like
2D
that I
fighters.
can hit you with sticks
Yeah, no, sticks are working for you.
and then taunt you.
Yeah.
Taunt, 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 taunt. Hit you with sticks.
There was a way to...
Oh! That was interesting.
easier way to get my meter back. It's so hard to get meter back once you're out in this game.
Oh! Yeah, I guess. I don't know how to
Yeah,
get it.
no,
I
you
don't know
can't
how to
do
get
it.
it back.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it.
You hold the punch and kick button.
Ah.
Charge up. Oh, kind of cross under you there.
Hey, broke a box.
I did break the box. The monkey style there. I should go for special moves since I still actually have some meter.
No, you don't.
Well, I did in time to do that move. Ha! Yeah, I tossed you.
I also don't even know how to do grapples in this. I'm literally just smashing buttons. I figured out that triangle's taunt. That's it.
It's seriously just a circle button.
Oh. All I was doing was kicking. So
Yeah. Anyhow, we should move on to Art of Fighting 3. Though apparently we're going to have to start a match first. Yeah, well, I don't think I'm actually going to play this guy, but hey, he only appears in this game.
do.
We never see him again. Okay, there we go. That's Temujin.
Oh.
Our viewers will also never see him again.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun.
And this one is kind of funky in that it just completely changes most of the cast.
Is triangle still taunt?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's all I got.
Yeah, that's fair. As you can see, the graphics changed quite a bit. The Invincible Dragon is actually that guy, but whatever. It's like in all the other promotional materials for other Art of Fighting games, Ro is the tiger and Robert is the dragon, but this one switches it for some reason.
Awkward.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and start out. And, If you're wondering about the arrows, you can pick the bosses by just going off the screen. But we'll start with some default characters, I think. So, new and improved Robert, why not? Or, okay, go straight to a boss, why not?
You gotta have a fair fight.
Hahaha. That was awkward. Good thing we weren't standing under it.
Right?
Yeah, so we can
There's
taunt in
definitely
here.
a lot more animation.
Yeah, it's very, very well animated. Very fluid. Not that you can actually do that, but I probably should mention that the commands for special moves are much more standard in this game. You know, whereas when we're... Really? I can't even beat your taunt. Awful. Whose idea was that?
Mine!
Okay, you actually, if I can get it off, you have pursuit attacks in this game. You can hit people while they're down.
Said we gotta make this fair.
Yeah. Have I mentioned that I never really liked the taunting system in this series? There it was, but you're already. I was too slow. Wow. You can see you got a little chain combo system in this game. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. See, now I could do a special move. I think I can do a super move from here.
Boosh!
But I don't have any meter.
That was intense. First off, I mean, you're unarmed. How would I not win? I have a sword.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, apparently,
I gotta jump back in.
Oh, I was gonna
Oh
say.
no, it's just laying change. Everything's fine. You know, I like this. I like Kasumi. I like use Kasumi. You were playing as the last boss. But this, not that we're actually going to be able to show it off,
Stomp.
especially with you constantly taunting. Look at that. Look at how fast my meter goes down. That's terrible.
That's absurd.
It's like, how am I ever supposed to use any special moves? Oh, that's right.
Bop.
I can't throw your character. Oh, it's going to be awkward.
Apparently I can throw yours.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Well, I got out of mini, something of a special move. Lord. But, wow.
Wow, that was insane.
Yeah, last boss.
Just smack you out of the way.
Before I completely lose my train of thought here.
I haven't even taunted. I'm literally just pressing the punch button.
Oh, I think I messed up my counter there. But
Literally.
both our characters are flashing, and you finish your opponent off with your super move. You win the entire match.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's fun. So the character I just played of Kasumi is.
I'm gonna play Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, here we go. She is the only character from this game that has ever been seen again.
Whip it.
Every
Into shape.
everybody
Shape it
else
up.
pretty much just
Get
disappeared.
it straight.
That's like a
Go forward. Move ahead. Tattoo detected. It's not too late to whip it. Whip it good.
wow. Look at how much you can
Get
taunt.
wrecked.
Is a big problem.
Wow. He's just doing palm. He's not even making fists.
All right. Well, what's wrong with the palm strike? Awkward. I almost did
Apparently nothing.
wrong. Yeah. I'm just saying, are you saying you don't like palm strikes? I think
Oh
palm
no,
strikes
it's just weird.
No, there are definitely martial art. I feel like there are definitely martial arts out there that focus on palm strikes.
Oh yeah. It's just a completely different tactic.
Yeah. I mean, I know I was actually taught.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh man,
Yeah, that was mean.
brutal.
And once again, you're just taunting me constantly.
Taunt, taunt, taunt.
All right. Well, I mean, Oh, there's one more round. So after this, we could see some more characters that have never been seen again. But we're running up on our time limit, so I think this will be the last match. Unfortunately, we're just not really good enough at this to.
Taunt, taunt, taunt.
Yeah. Is that like a counter thing? Because I feel like it's different from my throw, you know?
Is it? I don't know.
What is her super move? Oh, yeah, right. Never mind.
You know what my super move was? Throw it on the ground.
Yeah. That's what I get for looking away to try to check the move list.
Yes, still fit and young.
Okay, well, there we are. Art of Fighting. That's the whole series.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to see if I can beat the computer right now.
Okay.
Dun, dun.
Well, we'll give you a chance against the computer and then.
Oh!
That is mean.
Brutality.
Right.
What? You want to get off a super move? What? What? No.
No, that's not happening.
No. I'm gonna. Oh! Punch you while you're down. That's so brutal.
Right. Interesting thing is, I think perhaps you noticed the game has a lot of air juggles, which is kind of unusual for a 2D fighter.
I punched him low whilst he was in the air.
There you go.
I'm literally just smacking him.
Yeah, so one of the problems with the collection is we also we're defaulted to the edited version with the white blood, which is kind of weird looking.
That was beautiful.
I can't believe you pressured me so much. I was sweating bullets.
Sweating bullets.
Yeah, we got a nice little map.
Dun dun dun.
So I don't know if people noticed, but this game was more straight Street Fighter 2 ripoff.
Yeah.
I've mentioned before, all the way back in our Street Fighter Anthology, or what was the Street Fighter Collection.
You don't remember something about a game we played.
It was a while ago. Street Fighter Collection on Saturn. I mentioned the character Dan Hibiki. He's basically Rose's body with Robert's head. And now with that, we've seen those characters. If you remember him, can you kind of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the fact that he had the short-range fireball was making fun of what the fireball looks like when you ride a spirit meter.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was kind of a hit back by Capcom. And like, oh, okay, you want to rip us off a little.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm going to be straight. I've never really liked the Art of Fighting series. The controls, like, really stiff. The taunting drives me crazy, not being able to do moves constantly.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, and I find myself in the position where, like, okay, well, these characters don't really have any good, like, anti-air attacks without using special moves. So
Yeah.
I find myself in a corner with, like, without tools I need to push back the computer.
And you can just
Yeah. So it was always really frustrating. And, like, the second game is just ridiculously hard. It's got to be one of the hardest fighting games. No matter what you set the difficulty on, the computer's just absolutely brutal and aggressive and just swarms you and you can't do much. It's got to be, like, one of the most frustrating fighting games I've ever played. It's like, oh, my God. How did people, like, in the actual arcade get to the hidden boss who is, Geese from Fatal Fury? That's where it's revealed the whole collection is. It doesn't actually tell you till you get to the game. It's like, oh my God, I'm fighting Geese Howard from Fatal Fury. This whole thing was a prequel all along. Yeah,
It's a trap.
That's the big reveal. And then there's Art of Fighting 3, which is like barely related to the rest of the series, aside from having 2 of the characters. It's weird. That looks nice.
Yeah.
It was kind of strange though. But there you go. It's
That's them.
yeah,
That's
it's not as
all
great
of
as
them.
Fatal Fury, but it did invent some things. Like first game, the super move, the whole desperation move. They did that first.
Yeah.
I mean, back when I originally played Art of Fighting, I didn't even know about that secret desperation move that I couldn't even get off because you have to have like a completely full meter. And the computer kept taunting me, so I couldn't fill up my meter while I was low on health. Yes. But, so I couldn't get it off. But it is important and influential, but it's also like really stiff and kind of hard to play. You notice I don't think I got a single uppercut off.
No.
Which is a problem because it's kind of important to my game plan.
And I'm just like,
Yeah. So it's not. I'm not a big fan of the series, but I acknowledge its place in history.
Yes.
And of course, they did also make their way into King of Fighters. It's kind of telling that there are a lot of Fatal Fury characters that made it into King of Fighters, but there are very few Art of Fighting characters. It's basically just the main characters, the 4 like main Kyokugen Ryu practitioners, like the whole family of main characters, and King and Kasumi Toto, and that's
it.
That's it. Like the majority of the Art of Fighting 3 cast is never seen again.
They died.
You wouldn't know because they're never even referenced. Like Kasumi is actually the first character that I fought in Art of Fighting. That's Kasumi's dad. He's never. I don't think he's ever playable again in another SNK game. Though he does show up of all characters, he shows up in Capcom versus SNK too. He's playable. They decided to bring him back. Yeah, but Kasumi was in a couple King of Fighters games, and she's in SNK versus Capcom, like the crossover that SNK produced.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the only Art of Fighting 3 character that ever came back.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I don't know, it's I don't like it because it's stiff and the taunting, but it had some influence. They're also like a mainstay in King of Fighters.
Yep.
So it's important that it happened because it invented a lot of things, like super moves.
But now it's garbage.
It's kind of hard to play. I mean, I do give it credit for having just like the gigantic sprites and the zooming in and out, so it's not super cramped. I like the details, like how the fact that your characters will get their faces bruised up. We only showed it off with King, but in Art of Fighting 2, any character, when you beat them with a special move, their clothes will explode. So it's equal opportunity. If you hit one of the guys with that, they'll end up shirtless too. So that's
there
something.
You go.
Yeah. That's also interesting, and that's a couple of the early King of Fighters games will keep that system in just for King and Yuri. It's like, good job, guys. Yeah. But anyhow, if you enjoyed us practicing the art of fighting,
Taunting.
make sure you give this episode a like. If you want to catch future episodes, in which we probably don't taunt quite so much, make sure you subscribe to our channel. I've been Dan Mastriani. You can catch me on Twitter at @NewTypeColon.
I'm Ian Butterfield. You can find me on Twitter at IanG Butterfield. You can find the show at RetroGamesCNCT, Facebook.com/RetroGameConnect, and at RetroGameConnect.tumblr.com. Let us know what you thought of the games we played. Let us know if there are any games you'd like us to play. Or we can get our hands on them. We might just play them. We might use them as fishing bait.
Well, they are very shiny.
Yes.
You have the disc game, and fish are attracted to shiny objects.
They are.
Yeah. So that work out pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, but most importantly, make sure you join us next time on Retro Game Connect.